light and materials. Do you know that light passes through some materials like glass, so they can pass through it? But light doesn't pass through other materials like wood. So, grade 1. Do you want to explore the interaction of light and different materials? And do you want to know other materials that allow the light to pass through them? And which materials don't allow the light to pass through them? So, I want to ask you now to open your book on page 24. We will do this activity, inquiry activity. Its name is Explore Light. I'll leave you with the activity. Please pay attention. After the video, we will write our observations, so pay attention.
In this activity, you'll observe what happens when light shines on different types of materials. To investigate the way light interacts with different materials, you'll use a flashlight, foil, plastic wrap, and wax paper. Have you ever noticed how light seems to pass through some things and not others? Have you ever wondered why? In a few moments, you'll observe light interacting with foil, plastic wrap, and wax paper. Before you begin, make a prediction. What objects do you think light will go through? Later in the lesson, we will test aluminum foil, wax paper, and plastic wrap. Take a moment to share your predictions with your classmates, then select Continue. Observe what happens as the flashlight shines on each material. Your role as a scientist is to observe carefully. First, look at your data table. Listed on the left side are the materials that are being tested. On the right side of the table is where you'll write or draw your observations. Select Foil to watch what happens when a flashlight shines on aluminum foil. What happened? Did the light pass through the aluminum foil? Record your observations in the table. When ready, select Next. Next, select wax paper to observe what happens when light shines on wax paper. What happened? Did the wax paper block the light from the flashlight? Record your observations in the table. When ready, select Next. Now, select plastic wrap to observe what happens when a flashlight shines on that material. What happened this time? Record your observations in the table. When ready, select Continue. You've probably noticed that there are 2 empty rows in your data table. You'll be able to fill these areas in shortly. You are going to observe how light interacts with 5 more objects. These are a water bottle, a paper plate, a safety glove, a sponge, and a piece of cardboard. Choose 2 of these objects and write the names in your data table. When ready, select Continue. Now, let's check out what will happen when light shines on these other objects. Watch as the rest of the objects are tested. Think about what happens to the light when it shines on these objects. To start the video, select anywhere inside the red rectangle. Here you see the light interacting with a water bottle. What do you observe? Look at how the light interacts with the paper plate. Can you tell the light is on when it's behind the paper plate? Here you're observing light interacting with the safety glove. What do you see? Now the flashlight is shining on a sponge. What do you observe? Here you see the light interacting with a piece of cardboard. What do you see? Usually.
So grade 1, let's write down our observations. So the materials, let's start with the first material, foil. So we notice that no light passed through the foil. Wax paper. Yes, some light passed through the wax paper. Plastic wrap. The most light traveled through the plastic paper. The plastic wrap. So now grade 1. I want to ask you to go directly to video number 2. So part 2 from this lesson. I'll see you there inshallah. Goodbye.